Okay, good morning, everyone. I call the November 28th, 2023 meeting of the DuPage County Board to order. A physical quorum of members is physically present. I will entertain a motion to permit those members not physically present. Okay. All those in favor? Aye. Okay, motion carries. Okay, I invite, let's see, everyone to stand and join in the Pledge of Allegiance. Member you, will you please lead the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Everyone would remain standing. I now invite Rabbi Jessica Weiner from Congregation Exdom of Lombard to lead us in the invocation.
Good morning. Our God and God of all people, give us the gift of self-reflection. As we prepare to begin a new day of deliberation, we take a moment of appreciation for the fact that we are alive. With each breath we take, we will fill not only our lungs with air, but also we infuse our souls with meaning. Life is a gift. What we do with that gift depends on our awareness of the preciousness and precariousness of our daily existence. That we are here together in this sacred chamber of deliberation is a reflection, not only of the fact that the members of our community have placed their trust in you, our elected officials, but also in the potential for change and healing that can take place in the deliberations and debates that make up the business of this body. And so as we take this moment of reflection, let us ask ourselves, what do we hope to accomplish today? Whose lives are we impacting? What are the needs of our community? Who feels pain? Who fears the future? Who is poised for greatness? How can we take the time we have together to work to improve our county, our communities, our families, and ourselves? Help all of these officials to see that the issues that they are discussing and all that they are enacting should serve to enlighten and animate the divine implanted within them and the people that they serve. May any disagreements that arise be for the sake of bringing healing and wholeness to our world. Let the perils of partisanship give way to the echoes of empathy, and may the work of these legislators reflect the highest values of each of our faith communities. Bless these proceedings and all those who labor here today, and let us say, Amen.
Clerk, please take the roll.
Cahill. Here. Chaplin.
Here.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert.
Here.
Desart.
Here.
Eckhoff. Evans.
Here.
Galassi. Here. Garcia. Here. Guston.
Here.
Krajewski. Here. LaPlante. Here. Ozog. Here. Rutledge. Here. Schwarzy. Tornatori. Here. You.
Here.
And Zay.
Okay, I'd like to invite Technology Chair Yina Yu and CIO Anthony McPherson and Wendy Wagner to step to the podium. This is a proclamation that I approach with very mixed feelings. Wendy Wagner has had a long and distinguished career with DuPage County. She is someone that I wish we could keep for another 36 years. Wendy is hardworking, dedicated, approachable, a great team leader, and a mentor. Her knowledge of the county's IT system and history is irreplaceable. And while we are sad to see her go, we are happy to wish her only good things as Wendy prepares for a new, wonderful chapter called retirement. I'll read today's proclamation and then ask our guests to say a few words. Whereas, Wendy Wagner began her career with DuPage County as a probation officer on August 31st, 1987. Whereas following a brief separation, Wendy Wagner returned to the county in 1991 and moved to the Information Technology Department in 2000 as a PC technician, during which time she discovered her love of technology. And whereas throughout her career in the IT department, Wendy Wagner was promoted to desktop manager, then to network system manager, and finally to deputy chief information officer. And whereas Wendy Wagner has produced and managed operating and capital budgets for IT, GIS, and JIS, totaling more than 10 million, and has led a staff of 55 employees. And whereas Wendy Wagner helped with the modernization of the IT department, including the visualization of infrastructure, security-focused IT, and department remodel. And whereas for 36 years, Wendy Wagner has served our organization with unwavering dedication, technical expertise, and commitment to excellence. And whereas Wendy Wagner has been a mentor and a role model, fostering professional growth and providing a nurturing environment for the entire IT team. And whereas Wendy Wagner has not only been a remarkable employee and leader, but also a cherished friend. And her presence and positive influence will be deeply missed. And whereas, in recognition of her outstanding contributions, the IT department will henceforth refer to the main information technology conference room as the Wendy Wagner IT Conference Room. Now be it resolved that I, Deborah A. Conroy, Chair of the DuPage County Board, and members of the County Board do hereby extend our heartfelt appreciation and gratitude to Wendy Wagner for her dedication and unwavering commitment to the excellence, and we wish her a well-deserved retirement full of golf, snorkeling, a time spent with her daughter Carrie and her family. Do I have a motion? All in favor? Motion carries. Enacted the 28th day of November 2023 in Wheaton, Illinois.
As I said at last week's Technology Committee meeting, I'm really sad that Wendy is leaving us because in the last year since I've come onto the board, I've always found her to be so helpful and open and patient with my questions, supporting me in my role. But I'm truly happy for her and her impending retirement. I've heard through several reliable sources, not just the proclamation, that she is a golf pro, and so I imagine she will spend much of her retirement on the golf course. And above all, I know she will spend time with her family and hopefully get in some travel also, right, Wendy? I know that we will all miss Wendy's dedication and thoughtful work to the county.
All right. Unfortunately, there's not enough words to really describe Wendy's impact to the IT department and DuPage County as a whole. Right? And we don't have enough time to cover her 36 years of accomplishments here at DuPage County. But I do want to share this with you. I've been in IT for 28 years now. I've worked with a lot of IT professionals and a lot of IT managers, some good, some not so much, but none like Wendy Wagner. Wendy is an exemplary employee. Her technical acumen is unmatched. She is punctual, she is disciplined, she is focused. She's fun. She will never let you know that, but she's actually fun as well. But more than anything, Wendy is an inspiration to us all, both me and my entire team who's here to support her. So Wendy, this is hard. It's a hard goodbye. And, well, technically Monday, but hard goodbye. It's not too late to do the Chris Snyder plan and come back. All right, I tried. But thank you. Thank you for being an incredible team player. And without you, the IT department would not have had the accomplishments that we had today. So thank you very much on behalf of the team. And too bad you have to retire.
So Anthony knows I don't usually talk, but I actually do have a few words. First, thank you for the kind words. My daughter would say that was presumptuous of me to put that down, but so as the chair mentioned, I started in the county as a probation intern in 1987, was hired shortly after graduation. Let me tell you, in my opinion, probation officers, it's the worst job in the county. It's the hardest job in the county. They don't make enough money. I give credit to anybody that can do that job and stick with it. That and any law enforcement job is a thankless job. When I was at probation, we started getting computers in the 1990s. My dad had always told me to go into computers, and I said, no, I don't want to go into computers. Well, we had one IT person that needed help, and I volunteered to help her, and I finally found my calling. I could help people and use technology to do it. So I came over to the data processing department in 2000, and from there, never looked back. 35 years ago, the world of technology was vastly different. Mainframe was everything, and personal computers were for the fancy people. Eventually, people started getting computers, and we had dial-up modems that needed internet access. I remember having to download printer drivers at home because the internet here was so slow it would take me hours to do it. So I would go home at night, and it would take a couple minutes, and I'd put it on a disk and bring it back in the morning. Now, we're retiring the mainframe, and everyone has high-speed internet at home, and laptops, desktops, tablets, smartphones, smartwatches, everything. We can't live without the internet. My daughter, Carrie, asked me how I got through college without the internet, and I said, it's called a library, Carrie. So I will say our IT department is amazing. They're dedicated, intelligent, funny, hardworking, and a little nerdy. All of us are. It's been my pleasure to work with everyone in IT over the years, and everyone at the county, too. Thank you to Anthony, who's been a great CIO and leader for the last 2.5 years of my career. Thank you for the entire department for putting up with my sarcasm and my shenanigans. We can't get through a meeting without me saying something sarcastic. My goal at the county has always been to leave it a better place every day than when I started, and I hope I've done that. If I have one piece of advice for county employees, besides putting money into your Mission 457B, Mission Square 457B plan, I tell every new employee that. Do it now. Even if it's $25 a month, do it now. Never think it's not your job. Take ownership of any problem you encounter and make sure it gets fixed. I've truly loved working here. Some days I've had to say, I love my job. I love my job. But I have loved working here and feel like you're all family. Just don't try to come over for dinner and ask me to do your laundry. I get enough of that. Finally, I want to express my deepest gratitude to each and every one of you. It's been an incredible journey. I'm grateful to have shared it with such remarkable individuals. As I retire from the world of information technology and apparently go into the world of nursing with my mom, as I retire, I do so with heartfelt appreciation and anticipation for all the new adventures that lie ahead. And one last thing to the IT people in the room, you can't leave early. Thank you.
Okay, and on to public comment. On the matters of public comment, according to our county board rules, members of the public shall be afforded time to address the board. Individual remarks should not exceed 3 minutes in length, nor shall the total time provided for all remarks exceed 30 minutes.
There's no public comment.
Okay, we have no public comment today. If the board has received public comment via our online portal, per board policy, those comments were provided to the members yesterday so they could be reviewed. Comments submitted electronically will be included in the minutes of this meeting. I'd like to invite Chief Judge Popejoy to the podium. Chief Judge Ken Popejoy is kind enough to join us today to provide a final report on the building project at the 501, 503, and 505 buildings here on campus. Judge Popejoy, on behalf of the entire county board, I would hope you will accept our gratitude for your open, inclusive approach to your tenure as Chief Judge of the 18th Judicial Circuit. You certainly have helped many of us become informed on the issues confronting the circuit. Your proactive, collaborative actions have served the County Board well, making us ready on day one of the Safety Act implementation. But more than that, we all felt that you would answer any question, provide as much information as you had, and take us on any tour to increase our understanding of the circuit and its functions. Thank you so much for your truly outstanding service as Chief Judge. Board members, please join me in a round of applause for Chief Judge Popejoy.
Thank you very much. Thank you all very much. It's an honor to be here this morning and to address all of you. I'm going to start with discussing our building project so that you see what has happened with that and the like, and give you a final update in regard to same. First, on behalf of all of the planning stakeholders, and that's State's Attorney Bob Berlin, Public Defender Jeff York, Sheriff Jim Mendrick, Circuit Court Clerk Candace Adams, Director of Probation Bob McEllen, and our former ROE Regional Superintendent Darlene Ricchetti, I have the honor to be here today to present the Judicial Expansion Project Completion Report. Before I begin, though, I do want to take particular note and specifically mention my heartfelt thanks to our construction project team, as I would call it. Nick Kopmeyer, Suzanne Armstrong, Mark Thomas, Tim Harbaugh, Jason Blumenthal, and of course, Jason Dwyer from White. Jason Dwyer prepared this for us. Jason has been with us every step of the way back through the bid process when we brought things in and the like. He has given us such personal attention. I always joke with him. He reminded me of my days with zoning and planning commissions as an attorney when he talked about the synergy of the project. He had that word, you know, it's a little buzzword for people that present things to boards for presentation and the like, but his synergy and his ability to put this all together from bid to construction to completion, to White and specifically to Jason, my heartfelt thanks and appreciation for an amazing job. Well done. Next slide, please. So the key project drivers. Obviously, the Safety Act was one of the biggest parts of it all. It drove the need for additional staff for State's Attorney, Public Defender, and Probation. But while we were doing this, we also acknowledged the increased volume in domestic relations and domestic violence that drove the need for additional courtrooms in the space that we had available. We also had an opportunity to support operational efficiency through space reorganization in a number of the offices. The Public Defender had significant space deficiencies, as we've heard from Jeff for a long time, and we've now been able to remedy that. Opportunity to enhance the safety and security in multiple areas throughout the 501, 503, and 505 building. The Safety Act, as we know, drove the need for a dedicated and enlarged first appearance courtroom. And our grand jury room, really in the past, was not sized for effective operations, so we've expanded the use of that. Finally, we had a need to maintain all of the ongoing operations for the court, the State's Attorney, the Public Defender, Probation, so there was no interruption of the diligent work that they do on a daily basis. Next slide, please. So this is our campus where the work was done, the 501, 503, and 505 building. The expansion covered something in each of those three buildings. Next slide, please. Obviously, the first appearance courtroom was the first thing and was the initial need that we had to move on quickly, given the Safety Act's effective date, which at one point was December 31st of last year. But this room provides for all in-person proceedings, which are required, video evidence, use of video interpreters, and this was all done, and this room was all planned with the input from and providing for the specific needs of the State's Attorney, the Public Defender, and the Probation Department. Next slide, please. As we move to the 503 building, lots of things happened there, as we're all aware. First floor probation. Public Defender shared half of it, Probation shared half of it. and there weren't enough shoehorns to take care of the people that are working and needed in those two departments. So instead, we created the entire first floor for the probation department, moving them into the former public defender space. It increased safety and security, not only for the people coming into that building, but for our probation staff, who have risks every day with the population they deal with. We separated adult and juvenile operations, which was absolutely essential. There was no need for them to be anywhere close to each other, and they were right next to each other before. We gave a better space for them. We expanded to accommodate additional staff and provided adequate space for all the pretrial services. We actually bought probation employees up from the basement into, wow, there's windows. They hadn't had windows before. They were jacked out of their minds. So that was a great improvement. Next slide, please. The second floor was where the state's attorney was, and that's where they remain. But we did a lot of planning. Jason Dwyer and White spent innumerable hours with Bob McKellen from probation, with Bob Berlin from state's attorney, with Jeff for public defender, planning, sitting down with them. What are your needs? What can we do better? And then making changes. And then those changes were made, and then some more changes. And then those changes were made, and then a few more changes as things developed. Jason Dwyer was all over every bit of that, giving us his personal one-on-one attention for what we did over here. But with the state's attorney, we enhanced and created a secure reception area on their second floor. We accommodated additional staff for the support of the Safety Act. There was new evidence viewing rooms and interview rooms, and basically a reorganization by division for privacy and efficiency of operations. And it's humming like a well-oiled machine over there right now. Next slide, please. And the last addition to the 503 building was the addition, the third floor. It's amazing the foresight of our county board decades ago to say, let's make this building structurally secure for a third floor should we need it someday. Saved us millions for this plan to be accomplished the way it was. But what a plan it was. The public defender needed serious space. We accommodated additional staff for them in support of the Safety Act. We still maintained the Regional Office of Education, and the two large rooms that they had for meetings and education and the like are being cross-used by everybody within the 503 and the 505 building. We shared large meeting room and training rooms for the public defender to assist with and maintained the potential, obviously, for future expansion on the remaining aspect of the third floor of that building. Next slide, please. This is an awesome picture that Jason had from way back when, but it's just stunning to see what the judicial aspect of the campus looks like from a previous drone. That's before our project. Next slide, please. And this was afterwards. You know, when you go over there, and I know you've all seen part of it from the outside or from the walkway or whatever, it's astonishing that we found brick from 30-some years ago that matched the brick that's there. You go by there, nobody would guess that that was just put on there. It looks like an original part of the building that was planned from day one and built from day one. Again, Jason doing the work, doing the legwork to find what was needed, made it just a gorgeous finished product. Next slide, please. Finally, in regard to 505, a number of improvements were needed. As I mentioned, we needed additional courtrooms for domestic relations and domestic violence. It just, unfortunately, those two areas have arisen in our county of the need, and we wanted to accommodate those, especially during my term and part of this construction. So we created 2 new courtrooms that you have all seen and were a part of when we had our ribbon cutting and the like. We expanded the grand jury room to enhance its operations and designed that for use for meetings and training for the future. The grand jury's in there Tuesdays and Thursdays, but Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we can have associate judge meetings in there, we can have training in there. It's an outstanding room for all of those services. We improved and expanded the family shelter services, gave them a better waiting room, one that's helping those victims that are coming in and looking for assistance and the like, and giving them the space that they needed, and provided that additional link to the 503 building. Next slide, please. This is one of the 2 domestic courtrooms that we created, mirror image from space that was already there, took out one wall, put another wall, changed them perpendicular, and 2 rooms were there without a lot of great work that was needed for that. Next slide, please. And our new grand jury room that I referenced. As you can see, it's almost in a tiered academic type environment, so it makes it good, not only for the grand jurors to view everything, but also to have other uses for us in regard to education and the like. Jason, if you could. We have prepared, White and us, I've prepared a challenge coin for all of you. You know, when I came in here 3 years ago, I had an initial challenge coin, and so this is one to kind of finish up my term, but an appropriate time for one. Just something that we want to thank you for. Jason and my staff planned that out and designed it, and we got one that we wanted each of you to have, and Chair Conroy, yours is right here in just a minute. So thank you for all of that. The last slide, please. So the results. This project was an unbelievable success. All work was completed while maintaining ongoing on-site operations. I remember we were wondering, will we have to use the auditorium here for the state's attorney? Will there be remote work? Will there be this? Will there be that? No, nobody left the site. We were able to accommodate everything that was needed with everybody working on site. As I referenced at the start, there was an amazingly close and meaningful coordination between White, DuPage County, and judicial partners that ensured the success. We had over 40 trade partners involved in construction activities with over 60,000 safe hours worked. A $19.8 million budget, that's what I asked you for 2 years ago, and there was a few gulps and everything else, but you know, we got it done, and we got it done under budget. We came out with $40,000 extra above all of that. But again, the pencil pushing, everything was right there. These meetings that we had, that construction staff that I mentioned, every time, what's this? What's this? What are we missing? How can we do this? How can we go around this? Jason helped us so much. Nick helped us so much with foresight, what's needed or not needed. I'll tell you, that group of people saved me and made this a project that is not just a success of mine, but it's a success of all of them, and it wouldn't have been accomplished without them. We finished that first appearance court on time for December 31 of 2022, but then good old judicial process had appeals and arguments and the like, and so it was delayed, but we were ready to go, and we opened it on time and fully operational on September 18th. The work was completed on time to meet Safety Act requirements, with this total project completed at least a month in advance. You know, I always joked with these guys. I was like the old movie where the slave master is driving the drum and for people to row the boat, and then they hit the drum harder to row it faster. That's what I felt I was doing with these guys. We got to get this done. We got to get this finished. We need to be on time. Well, we were on time and actually a month early. Again, thanks to that group that worked with me. And amazingly, the design and construction, start to finish, was completed in 20 months with the phased approach that we had as how we'd handled things. So that's the end of my presentation on that. Are there any questions that any of you have in regard to this? Yes.
I don't have any questions, but I do have a comment. I was happy to support this project from the beginning, and thank you so much for overseeing this important project, and thank you for your leadership. You've been amazing, wonderful, and I'm out of words for you, honestly, Chief Popejoy. Thank you so much for your leadership, and we will definitely miss you. I mean, I know you're going to be around, but
Thank you very much. Thank you. Any other questions
Member
anybody
Ozog.
has? Yeah. I'm sorry, that's for you to direct, isn't it?
Member Ozog.
Thank you. I want to thank you for the collaboration that you encouraged before this project. Before any ground was broken, you brought us into your office, explained the needs, the wants, basically the needs, and really just involved everybody, and it was just a really coordinated effort. So I really want to thank you for that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, if there are no other questions, it's hard to get me off the podium, especially when it's the last time I'm going to be at this podium. But it is very short, and I promise you I will not delay the meeting too much more. I know you have a world of stuff to do today. But I do have a few comments I want to make, since this is my last time in front of you. You know, 3 years ago, I asked to address the county board. Most of you were here. A few of you hadn't gotten here yet, but came along after that time frame. And I discussed lots of colors at that time, red and purple and blue and black, and what the ramifications of all of that was, I thought, at that time. But it turns out, over the past 3 years, those color distinctions have been totally, completely irrelevant. Instead, there's been a consistent glow, a bright light, all with our collective eyes and efforts directed towards the future of DuPage County. in concert with the 18th Judicial Circuit, to remain as a crown jewel of county government in the state of Illinois. In my 3-year term as Chief Judge, I strove for a greater level of communication, cooperation, and transparency between the judiciary and all of you, not for my personal benefit, but for the benefit of our citizens. Post-COVID transitions, ARPA funding for court technology, 3 budgets, a $19.8 million construction project, all approved and completed with your unanimous consensus. What a credit to each and every one of you and your predecessors, because none of these accomplishments could have been achieved without that cooperation from all of you. With these plans completed now, as I represented to you at the time, our circuit court administration is in the best possible place for the long-term foreseeable future. On Sunday, December 3rd, my term will end. And on Monday morning, I will swear in Chief Judge Bonnie Wheaton, who's here today. I am leaving my office in good hands, and I know that she will continue to grow and to nurture this great working partnership that exists today. I will continue to serve as a trial court judge. I'll be handling the arbitration call and presiding over the law division. And after 46 years as an attorney in this county, following my father's previous 25 years before that, and then the last 26 years on the bench, the bloom has not fallen from the plant. I truly love each and every day serving on the bench of the 18th Judicial Circuit. Sorry. So, from the bottom of my heart, I want to thank you all for the honor and the privilege of building and reinforcing our bond between the 505, 503, 504, 501, and 421 building. I've been deeply blessed to have worked in concert with each and every one of you for the benefit of our citizens. Thank you very much.
Okay. It's hard to believe this is the last meeting of my first fiscal year as chair. I want to convey my thanks to each and every one of you for your collaborative spirit, as together we have deliberated on many issues and priorities that budget making brings to the table. Of course, we are fortunate. Our county is in exceedingly strong financial position. Our debt levels are very low, especially compared to other Collier counties. The budget you will consider today is balanced, and we have the good fortune to have spent much of our last meeting in robust discussions on ways to allocate our budget surplus dollars, totaling an estimate of $18.9 million. Therefore, today I seek your support for my fiscal year 2024 budget. This is a fiscally responsible spending plan that makes critical infrastructure investments, which will take the pressure off upcoming budgets. In the coming year, we will provide vital assistance to our residents who need it most, while adding to our reserves and prepaying on county financial obligations. Our careful planning will allow the county to provide an outstanding level of service to our community while building a strong financial foundation for the future. Most importantly, our property tax rate will remain flat at about 2% of the average homeowner's tax bill. This plan is a result of months of careful consideration, thanks to all the elected officials and department heads who, like me, were dedicated to ensuring that we receive the highest value possible for every penny we spent. I am proud of the work of this board and our staff, who always put the people of DuPage County first in developing and fine-tuning our 2024 budget. On to the consent agenda. Okay. I seek a motion to approve the consent agenda. Okay. 8A, 233769, DuPage County Board Minutes, regular meeting, Tuesday, November 14th, 2023. 8B, 233683, 11/8/2023, Public Works Refunds Pay List. 8C, 233710, 11/14/2023, Pay List. 8D, 233751, 11/17/2023, Pay List. 8E, 233771, 11/21/23, Pay List. 8F, 233765, 11/21/23, Auto Debit Pay List. 8G, 233708, 11/9/2023, IDOR, Wire Transfer. 8H, 233685, Clerk's Office Receipts and Disbursement Report, thank you, October 2023. 8I, 233695, Recorder's Office Revenue Monthly Statement, October 2023. All in favor? Aye. Okay, and moving on to Finance and Member Chaplain.
Yes, good morning, Madam Chair. Okay, I move on FIP 002523, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to ODP Business Solutions for the purchase of office supplies for various county departments for the period of December 1st, 2023 through November 30th, 2024, for a contract total amount not to exceed $214,796.
It is, okay, it has been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart.
Aye.
Eckhoff. Evans. Galassi. Garcia.
Aye.
Guston.
Aye.
Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatori. You. Zay. And Cahill.
Okay, Member Chaplain.
Thank you. I move approval of FIP 002623, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Amazon Capital Services for the purchase of office supplies and miscellaneous items for various county departments for the period of December 1st, 2023 through November 30th, November 24, for a contract total amount not to exceed $321,446.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplain.
Thank you. I move approval of FIP 002723, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order issued to Federal Express to provide express mail service for various county departments for the period of December 1st, 2023 through November 30th, 2024, for a contract total amount not to exceed $40,000.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplain.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 026723, additional appropriation for the drug court fund in the amount of $22,670.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplain.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 026823, additional appropriation for the MICAP MyCap fund in the amount of $27,592.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplain.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 026923, additional appropriation for the Neutral Site Custody Exchange Fund in the amount of $25,260.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplain.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 27023, acceptance and appropriation of the Comprehensive Law Enforcement Response to Drugs Grant 2024 in the amount of $150,000.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplain.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 027123, recommendation for the interfund loan from the General Fund to the Animal Services Fund in the amount of $4,500,000.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplain.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 027223, acceptance and appropriation of the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program HHS grant in the amount of $2,948,471.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplain.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 027323, acceptance of an extension of the DuPage Animal Friends Foundation Coordinator 2022 grant.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplain.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 027423, acceptance of an extension of the DuPage Animal Friends unrestricted grant.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplain.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 027523, authorization to transfer and appropriate up to but not exceed $3 million in additional funds from the general fund to the county infrastructure fund for 2023.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 027623, authorization to transfer $800,000 in the budget to general fund special accounts for fiscal year 2023.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 027723, correction of Scrivener's error in resolution FIR 044722.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 027823, approval of a grant agreement with Family Shelter Services of Metropolitan Family Services, the use of ARPA funds, the amount of $50,000.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 027923, budget transfers 11/28/2023 from various companies and accounting units.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Okay, great. Now we are going to move on to the budget resolutions and ordinance. So I move approval of FIR 000723, DuPage County 2023 tax levies for fiscal year 2024. Okay, now I have an amendment.
Okay.
So I would, oh, there's a spider. Sorry, Sam.
Was that the amendment?
I'm sorry. I had to get off my desk. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I didn't kill it. I just whooshed it. So,
Sam, are you okay over there? Okay, great.
Okay. I move to amend ordinance FI 000723 to incorporate page 4 of the ordinance at everyone's seat, which was inadvertently not scanned into the county board packet.
Okay, is there a second? Okay, the amendment has been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on the amendment? Okay, roll call, please.
Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. Eckhoff. Evans. Galassi. Garcia. Guston.
Aye.
Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatori. You.
Aye.
Zay. And Cahill.
Okay, Member Chaplin.
Okay, and then, so do we have a motion and second on the original?
Okay.
So then we can just take it off.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. We have any questions? Okay, roll call, please.
Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. Eckhoff. Evans. Galassi. Garcia. Guston.
Aye.
Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatori. You.
Aye.
Zay. And Cahill.
Okay, Member Chaplin.
Great, thank you. I move approval of FIO 000823, County of DuPage Century Hill Lighting Fund 2023 tax levy for fiscal year 2024.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIO 000923, annual appropriation ordinance for the DuPage, for the County of DuPage, State of Illinois, for the fiscal period of December 1st, 2023 through November 30th, 2024. And I do have to make an amendment on this.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
Okay, I'm going to make an amendment on item C. So I move to amend ordinance FIO 000923 to incorporate the changes outlined in a said spreadsheet at everyone's seat titled Financial Year 2024 Proposed Budget Changes to the Finance Committee Approved Budget specifically for the General Fund Special Accounts Contingency. The proposed adjustment is we have general fund special accounts decrease and contingencies. Proposed adjustment is $278,266 for, and then I have a supervisor of assessments, advertising increase of 155, increase of 285,000. I have tort liability, employment and medical hospital insurance. We have a proposed adjustment of $18,232,000. We have ARPA, other professional services, proposed adjustment $150,000. Grant services, proposed adjustment, $5,412,420. Building improvements, adjustment, $2,500,000. Then we have our national opioid settlement, other contractual expenses, $850,000. IT equipment for the sheriff, $1,800,000. We have equipment and machinery for the sheriff, $22,500, and automotive equipment for the state's attorney at $40,000.
Okay, the amendment has been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion on the amendment? Member Cahill.
I just think we should point out in this public meeting that this represents the surplus that we are allocating. Is that correct, Nick?
So a lot of the changes that you have in front of you, in order to have the vehicle to spend them next year, the actual surplus, the vote will happen at the first of the year, but this puts it in the budget to allow those departments to spend the money. So, these are all needed. You notice like the 1.8 million, that was the cameras, the 22.5, the scales. So a lot of them are what we talked about, but we have to have the ability to spend that in the budget.
Okay, I understand. Thank you.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. Eckhoff. Evans. Galassi. Garcia.
Aye.
Guston.
Aye.
Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatore. You. Zay. And Cahill.
Okay.
Okay,
Member
and then-
Chaplin.
And then back to the original.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. Eckhoff. Evans. Galassi. Garcia. Guston.
Aye.
Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatore. You.
Aye.
Zay. And Cahill.
Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIO 1023 Annual Appropriation Ordinance for Police Records Management Systems Operation Fund of the County of DuPage, State of Illinois for the fiscal year beginning December 1st, 2023 and ending November 30th, 2024.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 024123, authorization to transfer funds to the taxable general obligation bonds, Series 2010A and 2010B Debt Service Fund for the fiscal year 2024 in the amount of $7,996,320 and abate the 2023 tax levy for the taxable general obligation bonds, Series 2010A and 2010B.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 024223, abatement of the 2023 tax levy for general obligation refunding bonds, Series 2015B, Company 7000, in the amount of $1,461,140.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 024323, appropriation for the limited tax general obligation refunding bond, Series 2016 Debt Service Fund, fiscal year 2024, $3,618,880.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 024423, appropriation for the general obligation debt certificate, Series 2017 Debt Service Fund, and the for fiscal year 2024, $689,120.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 024523, appropriation for the general obligation limited tax certificates of indebtedness, Series 2009, fiscal year 2024, $142,665.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 024623, appropriation for the Special Service Area Number 35 Lake of Royce Renaissance Unlimited Ad Valorem Tax Bond Series 2012A, fiscal year 2024, $331,650.
Leave is granted, Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 024723, appropriation for the Special Service Area Number 37 York Center IEPA Loan Debt Service Fund, fiscal year 2024, $95,000.
Leave is granted, Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 024823, authorization to transfer funds from the general fund to the tort liability fund for fiscal year 2024, up to but not to exceed $1 million.
Leave is granted, Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 024923, authorization to transfer funds from the general fund to the building and zoning fund for fiscal year 2024, up to but not to exceed $330,000.
Leave is granted, Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 025023, authorization to transfer funds from the general fund to the DuPage Care Center Fund for fiscal year 2024, up to but not to exceed $3,018,957.
Leave is granted, Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 025123, authorization to transfer funds from the general fund to Stormwater Management Fund for fiscal year 2024, up to but not to exceed $2,600,000.
Leave is granted, Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 025223, authorization to transfer funds from the general fund to the County Infrastructure Fund for fiscal year 2024, up to but not to exceed $35,000.
Leave is granted, Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 025323, approval of the fiscal year 2024 head count.
Leave is granted, Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 025423, compensation structure wage adjustment guidelines. I do need to make an amendment on this one.
It has been moved and seconded. Is there any discussion?
Okay, I move to amend resolution FIR 025423 to strike the language, also take effect November 9, 2023, and
I think
replace.
December.
Oh, did I say, what did I say? Oh, I'm sorry, December, and it's right here on my sheet, December 9, 2023, and replace with take effect on the date specified within their respective union contracts.
Okay, is there any discussion on the amendment? Was there a second? Okay. It has been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. Bekoff. Evans. Galassi. Garcia. Guston.
Aye.
Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatori. You.
Aye.
Zay. And Cahill.
Okay, and then I think I had do we have a motion second on the original motion?
A motion, yes.
Okay.
It's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. Bekoff. Evans. Galassi. Garcia. Guston.
Aye.
Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatori. You.
Aye.
Zay. And Cahill.
Okay. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIO 1123, 2023 tax levies for the Board of Health Operations, Board of Health Municipal Retirement, and Board of Health Social Security for fiscal year 2024.
Leave is granted, Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIO 1223, annual appropriation ordinance for the Board of Health Operations, Board of Health Municipal Retirement, and Board of Health Social Security Fund of the County of DuPage, State of Illinois for the fiscal year beginning December 1st, 2023 and ending November 30th, 2024.
Leave is granted, Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIO 1323, annual appropriation ordinance for the Emergency Telephone System Board of the County of DuPage, State of Illinois for the period beginning December 1st, 2023 and ending November 30th, 2024.
Leave is granted, Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR 025523, authorization to transfer funds from the general fund to the Veterans Assistance Commission for fiscal year 2024, up to but not to exceed $739,141.
Leave is granted, Member Chaplin.
Thank you. I move approval of FIR O-1423 annual appropriation for the Veterans Assistance Commission, State of Illinois, for the period beginning December 1st, 2023 and ending November 30th, 2024.
Leave is granted. Member Chaplin.
Thank you. And finally, I move approval of the 2024 fiscal plan.
Financial plan.
Financial plan.
Okay, leave is granted. Thank you, Member Chaplin.
Thank you.
Okay, and Animal Services and Member Kajewski.
Thank you, Madam Chair. No committee update. We'll move on to the agenda items. If I get a motion for ASCO, I'll make a motion for ASCO 0002-23, which is the First Amendment to Resolution ASP 0165-22 issued to RWE Design Build to provide professional contract management services on at-risk basis for the Animal Services Facility.
Okay, it has been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Krajewski.
Aye.
LaPlante. Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatore. You. Zay. Cahill. Chaplin. Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. Eckhoff. Evans. Galassi. Garcia.
Aye.
And Guston.
Okay, Member
Aye.
Kajewski.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on 23-3747, DuPage County Animal Services Donor Recognition and Memorial Policy.
Leave is granted. Thank you, Member Kajewski. Okay, Development and Member Tornatore.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I ask that item 12A be pulled from the agenda as it was from Finance this morning. Moving on to 12B, I move approval of DCO 64-23, zoning 2372, the zoning hearing officer and development committee's recommendation to allow a variation to allow a 6-foot 6-inch 100% closed privacy fence.
It has been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Tornatore.
Aye.
You.
Aye.
Zay. Cahill. Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. Eckhoff. Evans. Galassi. Garcia.
Aye.
Guston.
Aye.
Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. Rutledge. And Schwarzy.
Okay, Member Tornatore.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move approval of DCO 65-23, zoning 23-73, zoning hearing officer and development committee's recommendation to approve a variation.
Second most favorable roll.
Leave
to
is
allow
granted.
6-foot 100% closed privacy fence. Thank you.
Member
Move approval of
Tornatore.
DCO 66-23, zoning 2374, variation to reduce the corner side yard setback.
Most favorable roll.
Leave is granted. Member
I
Tornatore.
move approval of DCO 67-23, zoning 2376, to approve a variation to reduce the
Second most
interior side
favorable roll.
setbacks from 20 feet to approximately 0 feet for the expansion of Nell Press Funeral Home.
Leave is granted. Member
Thank
Tornatore.
you, Madam Chair. I move approval of DCO 63-23, zoning 2367, to renew and extend the conditional use for group quarters with a maximum occupancy of 12 residents previously approved under Z20-4628 West 510 Washington Avenue Investments.
And we have a discussion. Member Desart.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to have a roll call vote on this. I will be voting no, and I'll tell you why. This property in District 6 is for an adult eating disorders clinic, and the same company, Montecito, actually have a juvenile eating disorders clinic in District 5. And 3 or 4 years ago, the neighborhood reached out to me, obviously because it's under our purview. It's an unincorporated DuPage County in District 5, and so there are no street lights, there are no sidewalks in the area, and the neighbors got a hold of me. What happened is Montecito bought this house in the neighborhood, and before they even transformed it into an eating disorders clinic, the neighbors got a hold of me and let me know that, they've got kids riding bikes out there with no sidewalks, again, no street lights. They've got doctors and nutritionists and janitors and housekeeping and counselors in there during all shifts, all day and night. And so we discussed this, again, with Paul Haas in zoning 3 or 4 years ago, and then Montecito came in, they were approved, and they went ahead and built their clinic. And even up until, earlier this year, the
I'm
neighbors
just gonna,
still
if I can
reach out to me.
remember to start, I just wanted to point out that we have to be very careful of the Fair Housing Act. And I would be happy to have this conversation with you maybe offline about what we legally can zone and can't zone.
Okay, well, this is not not
Okay.
in my neighborhood kind of a thing. It's not an MB. It's more of a safety issue for the people who live in the neighborhood. So anyway, that's all I had to say. Barbara, thank you very much. I will end my comments with, I'd like a roll call vote, please.
Madam Chair, if I may, notwithstanding everything that Member Desart just said, that was District 5, that was 3 years ago. The issue before us today has nothing to do with what we did 3 years ago. It's a totally different project, although it's the same developer.
Same developer. Okay. Thank you, Member Tornatore. And roll call, please.
Tornatore.
Aye.
You.
Aye.
Zay. Cahill. Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart.
No.
Eckhoff. Evans. Galassi. Garcia.
Aye.
Justin.
No.
Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. Rutledge. And Schwarzy. 15 voting aye, 3 voting nay.
Okay, motion passes. Member Tornatore.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move approval of DC 068-23, zoning 2378, to approve a variation to reduce the corner side setback for a new detached garage.
It has been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Tornatore.
Aye.
You. Zay. Cahill. Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress. Covert. Desart. Eckhoff. Evans. Galassi. Garcia. Guston.
Aye. Aye.
Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. Rutledge. And Schwarzy.
Okay, Member Tornatore.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move approval of DC 069-23, zoning 2380, to approve a variation to reduce the interior side setback from required 3 feet to approximately 0 feet for repaving and driveway.
Leave is granted. Member Tornatore.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move approval of DC 070-23, zoning 2381, to approve a variation to reduce the interior side setback from the required 10 feet to approximately 3 feet for a new detached accessory building.
Leave is granted. Member Tornatore.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And finally, I move approval of DC 071-23, zoning 2382, to approve a conditional use to reduce the interior side setback for an existing shed from 3 feet to approximately 20 inches, and to approve a conditional use to allow a 5-foot fence within a 10-foot corner side yard setback.
Leave is granted. Thank you, Member
Thank you,
Tornatore.
Madam Chair.
Economic Development and Member LaPlante.
Thank you, Chair Conroy. I move to approve item 13A, EDP-3-23, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order issued to Comcast Business Services to provide internet connectivity for the Workforce Development Division for the 3-year period of December 1st, 23 through November 30th, 26 for a contract total amount of $39,238.20 per 55 ILCS 55-1022, competitive bids not suitable for competitive bidding.
Okay, discussion and Member Krajewski.
Thank you. Member Zay raised the issue, and I had the same one at finance that says there was not suitable for competitive bid. At the break, Anthony, although it doesn't go through our CIO, he said that it actually was competitively bid. I think that's correct, right?
Correct.
So it was competitively bid out. So just
Okay.
a question that we had. So
All right, thank you for the clarification.
thank you.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
LaPlante.
Aye.
Ozog.
Yes.
Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatore. You. Zay. Cahill. Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. Eckhoff. Evans. Galassi. Garcia.
Aye.
Guston.
Aye.
And Krajewski.
Okay, Member LaPlante.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Item 13B, EDCO 006-0006-23, amendment to County Contract Number 6160-1, SERV, issued to Dell Marketing LP to add 50 enterprise mobility and security licenses for the Workforce Development Division and increase the contract amount $19,292.11 for a new contract amount of $70,318.40, a 37.81% increase.
Leave is granted. Thank you, Member LaPlante.
Thank you.
Okay, Environmental and Member Rutledge.
Thank you, Chair. No report today.
All right, and Human Services, Member Schwarzy.
Thank you, Madam Chair. No report, but I'll move to approve item HSR 6923, approval for issuance of payments by DuPage County to energy assistance providers through the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program, HHS Grant Plan Year 24, in the amount of $2,408,901.
It's been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Schwarzy.
Aye.
Tornatore. You.
Aye.
Zay. Cahill. Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. Peckoff. Evans. Galassi. Garcia.
Aye.
Guston.
Aye.
Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. And Rutledge.
Okay, Member Schwarzy.
Thank you. I move to approve item HSP 8823, awarding resolution to WellSky Corporation for the renewal of the Homeless Management Information System software and cloud services contract, renewal of licenses, training, support, and custom programming for community service for a contract total amount of $43,720.48.
Leave is granted. Member Schwarzy.
Thank you. I move on item 233743, HSP 51A23, amendment to resolution HSP 5123, issued to Performance Food Service for secondary food, supplies, and chemicals for the DuPage Care Center for the period March 1st, 23 through February 29th, 24, to increase encumbrance in the amount of $20,000, a 27.45% increase.
Leave is granted. Member Schwarzy.
Thank you. I'll move on HSP 8923, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Airgas USA LLC to furnish and deliver liquid portable oxygen for the residents at the DuPage Care Center for the period December 1st, 23 through November 30th of 24 for a contract total amount not to exceed $48,000.
Leave is granted. Member Schwarzy.
Thank you. I'll move on HSP 9023, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Accelerated Care Plus for leasing physical therapy equipment for the period January 1st, 24 through December 31st, 27 for an amount not to exceed $35,859.36.
Leave is granted. Thank you, Member Schwarzy. Judicial and Public Safety and Member Evans.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I don't have a committee update, but I would like to move to approve JPS CO 000923, amendment to purchase order 28461 serve issued to Journal Technologies, Inc. for an increase of $75,482 for monthly storage costs for electronic evidence and data and cost to build an interface between the jail tracker and case management system for the Public Defender's Office for a new contract total amount of $831,557.
It has been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Evans.
Aye.
Galassi. Garcia. Guston.
Aye.
Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatore. You. Zay. Cahill. Chaplin. Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart. And Eckhoff.
Member Evans.
Thank you. I would like to move on JPS 006923, recommendation for the approval of a contract to Christina M. Winters of the law firm of Antonioli, Cerny, and Winters, PC, to provide professional services as a conflict attorney assigned to juvenile cases for the period of December 1st, 2023 through November 30th, 2024, for a contract total amount not to exceed $42,000.
Leave is granted. Member Evans.
Aye. Oh, sorry. Thought it was like, okay. Next, I would like to move on JPSP 007023, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to William G. Warbeck, attorney at law, to provide professional services as a conflict attorney for the 18th Judicial Circuit Court for the period of December 1st, 2023 through November 30th, 2024, for a contract total amount not to exceed $47,400.
Leave is granted. Member Evans.
Thank you. Next, I would like to move on JPS P007123, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to the DuPage County Health Department to provide mental health services for the mentally ill probationers for probation and court services for the period of December 1st, 2023 through November 30th, 2024, for a contract total amount not to exceed $208,000.
Leave is granted. Member Evans.
Thank you. Next, I move on JPS P0072 as was amended at Finance Committee today. Recommendation for the resolution authorizing the execution of an agreement between the County of DuPage, the Sheriff of DuPage, and Fortress Plus Solutions LLC for the lease of facility space for a 5-year contract for the period of December 1st, 2023 through November 30th, 2028.
Leave is granted. Thank you, Member Evans.
Thank you.
Okay, Legislative and Member Desart.
No report at this time. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Public Works and Member Garcia.
Thank you, Chair Conroy. No report committee update at this point in time. I would like to move to approve PWR 000423, recommendation to approve the water purchase and sale agreement between the DuPage Water Commission and the County of DuPage, Illinois. It's a second reading.
It has been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Garcia.
Aye.
Justin.
Aye.
Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatore. Yu.
Aye.
Zay. Cahill. Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress.
Yes.
Covert. Desart.
Aye.
Eckhoff. Evans. And Galassi.
Okay. Member Garcia.
I have a motion to approve PWR 000523, recommendation for concurrence of an extension of the water supply contract between the DuPage Water Commission and the City of Chicago. Recommendation to approve the water service and sale agreement between the DuPage Water Commission and the County of DuPage, Illinois. Second reading.
Leave is granted. Thank you, Member Garcia. Okay, Stormwater and Member Zay.
No report, Madam Chair.
Okay, Strategic Planning, Member Covert.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We hope to have a working draft in January for everyone to review, but as of right now, nothing. Thank you.
Okay. Technology, Member Yu.
Thank you, Madam Chair. No specific update. I move on TECO 00723.
Second.
Amendment to County Contract 6513-0001 serve issued to Learning Tree International for the procurement of educational training vouchers for IT to purchase an additional 2 vouchers for use by the records management team, resulting in an amended contract total of $33,000 and $915.
It has been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Yu.
Aye.
Zay. Aye. Cahill.
Aye.
Chaplin.
Aye.
Childress. Covert. Aye. Desart.
Aye.
Eckhoff. Evans. Aye. Galassi.
Aye.
Garcia.
Aye.
Guston.
Aye.
Krajewski. LaPlante. Ozog. Rutledge. Schwarzy. And Tornatore.
Okay, Member Yu.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move on TEP 007623, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Insight Public Sector for the procurement of RAM for the VSAN for IT for a contract total amount of $62,460.
Leave is granted. Member Yu.
And finally, I move on TEP 007523, recommendation for the approval of a contract purchase order to Acela Inc. for managed application services to provide support with permitting software for the building and zoning, transportation, stormwater, and public works departments for the period of February 21, 2024 through February 20, 2025 for contract total not to exceed $199,290.
Leave is granted. Thank you, Member Yu. And Transportation and Member Ozog.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I move for approval of 233687, amendment to Resolution DTR 046122 between the County of DuPage and the Chicago Metropolitan Agency for Planning
Second.
to increase the county cost by $10,000 for the federal Safe Streets for All grant. Total county cost $70,000.
It has been moved and seconded. Roll call, please.
Ozog.
Yes.
Rutledge. Schwarzy. Tornatore. Yu. Zay. Cahill. Chaplin. Childress. Covert. Desart.
Aye.
Eckhoff. Evans. Galassi. Garcia.
Aye.
Guston.
Aye.
Krajewski. LaPlante. And Childress.
Okay, Member Ozog.
Thank you. I move for approval of DTR 009323, recommendation for approval of DuPage County's annual financial commitment in support of the Chicago Metropolitan
Second,
Agency
full
for
roll.
Planning for land use and transportation planning for Northeast Illinois. County cost $75,626.72.
Leave is granted. Member Ozog.
Thank you. And finally, I move for approval of DTP 010423, recommendation for the
Second,
approval of a
Mr.
contract to Navistar Incorporated doing business as Fleet Charge to furnish and deliver international repair and replacement parts as needed for the Division of Transportation for the period December 1st, 2023 through November 30th, 2024 for a contract total not to exceed $130,000 per Sourcewell contract.
Leave is granted. Thank you, Member Ozog.
Thank you.
Okay, and now we are on to old business. Does anyone have anything in old business? Member Krajewski?
I just had one question maybe for Jeff or Nick. You know, we're discussing the transferring of maybe up to $20 million in surplus to various enterprise funds and other buckets, instead of leaving reserves. But with the interest rate, 5% or whatever, we're talking about $1 million of interest. Does that interest income, will that flow, I assume, to the enterprise funds also when that money goes there? And the buckets under the general fund, I assume maybe stay with the general fund, or do they sit in that carve aside?
I can do general overall. If you go specific, we can go to Jeff.
No,
But absolutely,
just
all
general.
of the interest that every enterprise fund, owns and operates with, the interest remains with them.
So when we
everybody is allocated. They have their own interest, their own investment with the treasurer. So whatever.
So when we move money in, coming up, and we move this in surplus into some enterprise funds, whether it be tort liability,
Once you move it into their enterprise fund, then they start accruing.
they'll generate
that.
the interest. So
Yes.
they'll get the interest on top of that,
That is
which
correct.
is big money on that, versus if it stayed with
Once
us.
you physically move it from the general fund to an enterprise fund, they take possession.
Now, some of
that
these
money.
other funds aren't they just still under the general fund? They're just set asides?
Which ones are you talking about?
Well, let's say like housing, it's not its own, or we created its own enterprise fund.
Housing has its own fund.
So it's its own enterprise fund.
Housing has its own
Okay,
fund.
so they're all gonna get the interest on top of whatever else we gave them? Okay. And if we kept it in our reserves, we could then, at the time, determine whatever we need. We'd have it for general fund use, the interest
That
income.
interest would stay in the general fund.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Member Yu and then Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to say thank you very much to the board and to you, Chair Conroy, with regard to the $50,000 that was unanimously approved for Family Shelter Service of Metropolitan Families DuPage. Domestic violence survivors' needs involve intersections between domestic violence and other social issues such as education, mental health, and physical health, and requires a coordinated response. And as we learned last month during Domestic Violence Awareness Month, during our proclamation in DuPage, approximately 225,000 residents are impacted by domestic violence each year. And additional statistics show that 20 people per minute are physically abused by an intimate partner. And in fact, in DuPage, as of October 2023, 6,163 incidents were reported to Family Shelter Service for services by police in DuPage County. And this is why I'm so supportive of Family Shelter Service. It's the only DV agency of its kind serving DuPage. And they received over 7,100 hotline calls, provided close to 8,000 nights of shelter, and reached almost 10,000 students for domestic violence prevention instruction. And their mission is not just to create a community free of abuse, but they want to work to help victims escape abuse and rebuild their lives as survivors. And that is what I think is so impressive. So I would love very much to see our continued support of Family Shelter Service of Metro Family Services DuPage in the future. Thanks again.
Member Zay.
Thank you, Madam Chair. There was some discussion at JPS the other day about the job that our judges are doing with the pretrial, denying pretrial release, which they are doing a great job, but I just want everybody to understand, really, the shout out needs to go out to our state's attorney and our state's attorney's office and the assistant state's attorneys. Without the state's attorney filing those motions to deny the pretrial release, those judges cannot act without that motion. So the state's attorney is doing the work, bringing those motions forward, basically laying a case out why that these people can be denied that pretrial release. So again, I think the system, our judges do a great job, but without our state's attorney filing those motions, those denials for pretrial confinement will not go through. The judges do not have that discretion. It has to be done by our state's attorney. So again, it seems that our judges, once the state's attorney files it, our judges are looking at those cases one by one. It seems to be working right now. But again, a shout out to our state's attorney with this new system with the Safety Act of doing the work through his office and making sure that these people that should not be on the streets are not on the streets. Thank you. And the public defender too. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. And now on to new business. Any members? Member Rutledge and then Member Galassi.
Thank you, Chair Conroy. I know it's kind of hard to think about at this point, but on this Travel Tuesday where we're getting travel deals, The NACO Legislative Conference will be coming up in February from the 10th through the 13th. So I urge those who are considering going, maybe think about booking your air travel today. And it's a great event. For the new members on the board, you get to network with your peers, but also Bill Viney, our legislative, what's the word I'm looking for? Lobbyist, thank you. We'll arrange tours with your federal representatives at the Capitol and tour you through the building, and it's a great experience. I like it much better than the summer conference because that's usually hot. So
Yes, it was.
Take a look at that. Thank you.
Okay, Member Galassi and then Member Tonatori.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I just wanted to give a plug since today is Giving Tuesday, and I know that we all have organizations that we're passionate about, and I know you spoke very passionately about the domestic violence issue. I'm very passionate about the sex trafficking issue that we're dealing with in the country as well as here in DuPage. So I just wanted to give a plug for Reclaim 13. I know there are other organizations as well that deal with this, but they do a tremendous job giving support, lifelong support to the people who have been sex trafficked and the issues that obviously they are dealing with. So if you are looking for a great organization to give to today on Giving Tuesday, please consider Reclaim 13. Thank you.
Okay, Member Tonatori. Oh, okay. Okay, Member Zay and then Member Krajewski.
Thank you, Madam Chair. You know, last week, Pate Phillip passed away. I was lucky enough to be on this board when Pate was down in Springfield. No matter what party he represented, Pate worked for the best of DuPage County, from getting us funding for the Sheriff's Crime Lab to, he told me the story of when Speaker Manigan wanted a project in the city of Chicago. He went to him and said, well, what do I get? And we got the DuPage Business Park, a $40 million investment from the state of Illinois. So Pate worked for decades for the best of DuPage County, and when you look around for all the funding he got us all over, his fingerprints are all over what this county is. And so I know he lived to a robust age of 93, but again, I want to thank his wife Nancy and his stepson Randy Ramey for all the years that Pate gave us, and was a true leader that I don't think we'll ever see again in this county, because things have changed. The way he did business sometimes would not go well, but he always had the best interest of DuPage County in mind. So again, we thank him for all his years of service that he gave us. Thank you.
Okay, Member Krajewski.
Thank you, Madam Chair. This is just for all the board members when you're in your districts. Illinois has a new grant program. Portal opens up on Thursday. It's the Illinois Back to Business, new grants. So any businesses that opened up in 2020 or 2021, they didn't qualify for any of the COVID stuff because they weren't in existence. But now there's a program for those type of businesses. So if you have any businesses that opened up, and it also includes not-for-profits. So anybody that opened in 2020 or 2021 can qualify with the Illinois business grant. And it's businesses that do $25,000 all the way to $20 million. So if you have anything in any businesses in your district that opened up in the last, or in 2020 or 2021, they're eligible to submit, and the portal opens up on Thursday. I know Choose DuPage is pushing that big in our community, but just let everybody else know that too.
Okay, all right. I'm informed we do not have matters before us requiring an executive session, so I will take a motion to adjourn. Okay, all in favor? Meeting is adjourned until Tuesday, December 12th, 2023 at 10 a.m.